But along with that, here's the very first reaction from the South Bloc after Donald Trump's 50% tariff announcement. Economic Relations MEA Secy Dammu Ravi assures that negotiations are underway between US and India and momentum will gain pace again. Let's go across and listen in.
It's not avoiding dollar or hard currency. I don't think that is the understanding of the leaders in the BRICS, but I think more to do with countries seeking alternatives and looking for alternatives of doing ways of business together. At a time when post-COVID there is a shortage of hard currency in many countries, how do you enable them to become possibility of doing trade in their own national currencies? I think that's coming from there. So alternatives are being looked at because every country post-COVID is having a problem, particularly in the global south. So this discussion has been happening bilaterally and also in the context of the BRICS. So countries that are already willing to do in national currencies are doing it, and this perhaps expand a bit more amongst these countries, because you see there is a possibility of doing trade without having to suffer from the shortage of the hard currency there. This is a unilateral decision. I don't think there's any logic or reason in the way it is done, because US and India are a very strong partner, they're strategic partners, and been having a complementary relationship all this while. So, but we know that the leaders and the businesses on both sides are looking for opportunities. Perhaps this is a phase that we have to overcome. The negotiations are still going on, so we are confident that solutions will be found in course of time in looking at mutually beneficial partnership. So the high tariffs at this point of time doesn't really pull back our industry. We are looking at opportunities, but also new markets. So if the US becomes difficult to export, then you will automatically look at other opportunities, both within our own region, in South Asia and Africa, Middle East, Latin America. These are potential areas. I think it's very natural for countries to look for alternatives when you are affected by the wall of tariffs in any part of the world. I don't want to comment on the leaders or the political aspects of it, but I think more to do on the negotiations that are going on between the two countries. And I think the Ministry of Commerce, which is leading the negotiations, those negotiations are not stopped. They will continue, in my view. And we were very close to finding a solution to it. And I think that momentum had taken a temporary pause, but it will continue. Look, I mean, all countries in the world are affected, and including the BRICS countries are affected. As I just said, that when you are hurt with or affected by tariff walls in one part of the world, automatically countries will look for alternatives. So this is, in my view, a temporary aberration, a temporary problem that country will face. But in course of time, we are confident that the world will find solutions to it. And like-minded countries will look for cooperation and economic engagement that will be mutually beneficial for all sides.
All right, but along with that, we have the comments coming in from Prime Minister Narendra